welcome back to my channel. We are going to be talking all about 2024 goal setting and specifically my goals of what I have written down in my power sheets. I wanted to just give a couple of tips when it comes to setting goals for the new year, and then I'm going to share mine. I've kind of interweaved some different clips and things of me filling out my power sheets, and the biggest thing I will say is no matter what tool it is that you use when it is time to get into the new year, you got to find what works for you. And so for some of us it might be vision boards, for some of us maybe power sheets, it may be sitting down doing a brain dump, it might be getting amongst friends, it could be reflection, journaling, having quiet time with God, whatever it looks like for you when it is time to wrap up a year and start a new one. This is your invitation to do that. So if you see different things online that seem trendy, or it seems like, oh, this works for someone, definitely it is welcomed to try out different things, because sometimes we may not even realize how something may fit better for us. But as I'm sharing my goals and different things that work with me for the power sheets, just remember that this is my method and this is my chosen method. But at the end of the day, these things can apply to literally anything that you do. So I usually like to take some time for my personal life as well as my business life to reflect. And usually with my business, I sit down towards the last week or two of the year to really sit down, get clear on what I want to do. I usually am slowing down a lot with content at that point. So I have a lot more time to really just be and kind of hear from God and just really understand what it is that I want to do for sure with my business. Because I have a lot of ideas and different things, but sometimes I really just need that time to get clear on it. And so I have not done that yet, but what I have done is get clear on what I want personally for myself and a few business things. So is when you are approaching a new year of goals, always make sure that you reflect. I think this is true with any new season, whether it's a new month, a new week, right? Like, what was working well? What didn't work well? Reflect on that. What did you learn? What was the takeaway? What were some things that could have gone better? All of these things are really important when you are getting ready to prepare for a new season, because this is evidence and different things that you can use to propel you for the right path and the different things you need to focus on as you move forward. This can be done in so many different ways. I do it here on my channel every month. In the power sheets, they actually have a section called the month in review. So I always go through and I do gratitude. I write down the good things that happened for the month, the goals that are growing well, what's not working, what I read or listened to, and what my favorite memories are. And so this same type of thing can apply to the year. Really sitting down and identifying okay, what brought me energy this year? What fueled me? What excited me? What drained me? What really took away from my happiness? What did I feel like I was being pulled to do but I didn't necessarily love? Really asking yourself some of those questions. What were some of the moments that I absolutely will never forget? The memories that were made, the things that really made this year what it was to be amazing. What were some of the setbacks and the struggles that I had? What are the lessons I learned about myself, about other people around me? What are some of the boundaries I had to set? What are some boundaries I know I need to set? What do I need to start saying yes to more of? And what do I need to stop saying yes to, right? So reflection can be so imperative to really check in with yourself and understand where you have come from so that you can be on a good path to know where you're going. So when you are sitting down and you are thinking about the new year, whether you are doing a vision board or any of the different methods, always take some time to reflect on how the previous year went. And so I did share a bit of how 2023 was for me. So I'll be sure to link that for you all down below and up in the cards as well, just of how the year went, what I learned, what I'm saying yes to, what I'm saying no to. That was really the first part of the prep work in the power sheets. And if you are wondering girl, what is this word, power sheets? This is the power sheets. This is the goal planner that I've been using since 2015. It has been my tried and true method for really checking in with myself when I'm getting ready to start a new year. And they have this section within here that is called the prep work. And so this is by a company called Cultivate What Matters. And when you open it up, you can see that this is for the year. So this is a 2024 intentional goal planner, and it's the power sheets. And so the first full part of this, it's a pretty big section. I think I counted that it's somewhere around 40 something pages. It's pretty hefty. and you work through the reflection piece. So you work through all of the different things that happen. What were the good things? Like I said, what were the challenges, the lessons, the gratitude you had? You evaluate each area of your life. There is a part where you talk about your mindset and what are some of the things you can improve on that. Really naming what you want to say yes and no to, what will matter in years to come. And then you get into a part where you kind of fill all this stuff out and you start assessing what you want your next year to look like. What do you want to take from the previous year? What do you want to leave behind? What do you want to improve on? And so that is how you come up with that. And so the first thing I did was I started brainstorming my goals, and that was done basically on, they have this section here, it's called Choose Your Focus. And on Choose Your Focus, they have 3 different types of goals. You have big dreams, finish lines, and then you have habits. So I definitely think that this is genius because most goals that we have are going to fit into one of those 3 buckets. So you have an opportunity to go through and decide what category does my goal fit into. And then that allows you to already in your mind decide, okay, well, I know if this is a big dream type of goal, I know that I'm not going to get it done in Q1 of next year. So it really puts a perspective on the different goals that are set. And so I went ahead and I filled that out for all of the different areas. They have community, home and spaces, family, spiritual and personal growth, finances, work and learning, health and wellness, and self-care is the one that I added for myself. So there's a total of 8 different, basically they call it the cultivated life evaluation. So there's 8 different categories in this section. So from there is how I created my goals. And so I decided to pick one goal for each of those categories. And the goals are all, to me, in some way, they are a big dream goal, but there are a lot of habits as well as finish line goals within those. And I have them color coded to match the cultivated life evaluation page. So for community, the goal is to build my village. For family, it is a strong family dynamic, and I'll dive in a little bit to each of these just to give a little insight. For finances, it is face the finances is what I called it. For my self-care, that is called love on myself. For health and wellness, health is wealth. For home and spaces, house to home with grace. And then for spiritual and personal growth, walk by faith. And then for the final one, which is work and learning, it's bet on myself. So I wanted to just touch on each of those really quickly to just kind of give a little bit of accountability to myself of what I want to do for the year, but also to inspire you, especially if you're sitting down to plan your goals out. Just to give you some encouragement, to give you that space to be like, okay, I need to sit down and really think about what it is that I want for this upcoming year. Okay, so these are in no particular order, but I just wanted to touch on each of them briefly. I'm not really going to show the pages too much on this part just because it is personal and I got to have some level of that. But I am going to give you a pretty good idea of what I'm planning to do for each area. So the first one was in the community category, which is build my village. And I put, it says, why are you motivated to achieve this? I want to establish life where I am and lean into the new normal by meeting people and having a support system. I think there is nothing better than having people surrounded by you in different areas of your life. And I think that having people in your immediate reach, locally is very, very important. And so although I have friends and I have family that I talk to on a regular basis and that I'm close with, I can't say that I really have that close-knit feeling here where I live just yet. And so I want to really pour into the relationships that I'm starting to build and even create some new relationships that I don't even know about yet, and really put myself out there so that I can have a village that will not only support me, but for my family as well. And so I want that to be an extension of just me as I meet people, that it also benefits my family. So we have people to do things with, people to rely on, people that we can help. I think that's so important that we have a support system, and I'm really wanting to prioritize that because I think that will really help with my experience here as we've moved. I've shared before, it's been taking me a while to really feel settled in here, and I think a lot of that is just because I don't really know a lot of people. And as I'm starting to get more familiar with certain areas and just kind of finding my way with some of that just basic stuff, because when you move somewhere, it's like, okay, what's my go-to grocery store? What's my go-to this and that? I've kind of established all of those things. I kind of know my way around. So now it's really more so like, okay, let me get planted here and really start to call this home as much as I can. And so that's definitely one. And then even more so, an extension of that, another goal that I mentioned, which is in the home and spaces category, is house to home with grace. I want to have an environment and a plan when it comes to my home because that's important to me. And that is basically what I put. That's what's motivating me, because I know that when I come home and I don't have a plan for the cleaning and the cooking, you know, like what we're going to have to eat, and things are just kind of chaotic and stuff, like I don't feel at peace with that. And then that becomes, you know, now that becomes maybe how my mood is, you know, because I'm stressed out. And so I really want to come up with systems and things for myself, which again will then be extension of me to my family, because now I'm in a better mood. Now I'm more organized. Now I know where things are in the house, and I just have a system for things. And so that's really something that I'm working on. I actually ended up purchasing some of their wild card packs, which I have a little clip I'm going to insert in here. And then I also got these little add-ons that go with the Powersheets, but there's just tons of different things in here. It's got like a home check-in, so really working on what you want to improve. But yeah, so they call these wildcard pages, and basically you put them in different parts of the Powersheets. They kind of have sections in there for you to add it. So like literally you could put it on a page like this. There are some actual dedicated pages. I know in the past ones where you could literally put it on. Sometimes I will put one on like one of these pages. I also have, I need to get it out of my other Powersheets. Is it in this one? I need to figure out where it is. I have another one. It's like a tab, kind of like these, but it's a bit bigger, and you can actually put a wild card page right on there and washi tape it on. So there's a lot of ways you can use them, but I ended up getting this home pack because again, like my home stuff is really important to me. It's been stressing me out. So I'm like, let me go ahead and get all of the tools and things to really kind of bring this together. So anyway, there's a home check-in. There is a cultivating my home. So just basically trying to come up with, you know, ways to reflect on it and what you want to improve. So the message I want my home to send, how I want my home to feel, 3 words to describe my home, and then activities that you can prioritize. There's like a break it down section. So just a place for putting the different goals and things that you have as far as what you want to do. I think this would be great for a lot of different things, because one, I really just, there's so many things I want to do, and so tools like this really help me to find what works best for certain things. It's like I'm trying to do some things with Emery. I'm trying to get her, you know, to get like some kind of responsibility in the house and just like having some accountability for herself. You know, she's old enough now to where she can do certain things, she can earn things, and just really be aware, you know. But then like there's things I want to do for myself. There's things I want like me and my husband to be on the same page. So there's just a lot of things I want to do. We have a daily habit tracker. That might be kind of fun. I could see that being something fun to actually do with Emery, honestly. There's a 30-day habit tracker. We have a seasonal home refresh. So just every season, what you kind of want to do to refresh the space. There's 4 of those in there, of course. And then we have, how you want to give. So a year of hospitality is another one. And so, yeah, that's just, there's a lot of different ones. Seasonal organization, caring for my home. There's a savings tracker, sharing the load, eco-friendly swaps. Like, they have a lot of things here. They've pretty much thought of everything. So there's that. And so those are really helpful because they're going to help me with this category to start working on a lot of these things. And one of the things they do on here is they ask you like what resources are needed. So for this one, I literally marked all of them: time, money, physical space, expertise or advice, emotional capacity, and help from others. I think all of that is going to be a part of this category. And one of the things that I said for what could get in the way is laziness and just my negative outlook on being here. And so I'm really just trying to change that. And then they have it set up too where you can actually break it out for every quarter. So for each quarter, I'm starting to kind of write in some ideas of what I would like to see happen. But the big thing for quarter 1 is I really just want to actually have some routines, and I want to try them out and just see how they go. I have a couple of other random to-dos and things, but that's kind of the main thing that I want to have happen for that. So that is goal number 2. Number 3 is a strong family dynamic, and I'm motivated to achieve this because family is everything to me, and I want to create a strong home and a foundation. I want home to be where the heart is. Like, as corny as that sounds, I want us to be very close-knit as possible. So I just have a lot of ideas. Some things we already have been doing, but that I want to continue or do more of. Just different family nights, game night, movie night. I have some fun homeschool things that I want to do. I also picked up a family workbook. I'll actually insert that here if you're interested in what that's all about. This was another order that I got from them probably about a month ago. It is this family workbook. So the family workbook is nice. I'm going to, it says, so grow a strong, intentional family culture no matter what age of your kids. The family workbook will guide you to uncover a big picture vision for your life together, set simple goals for a year ahead, and then live out each month with intentional rhythms. Whether you are starting from scratch or building on what's already working, this workbook will inspire and equip you to make your family life a joyful priority. And so it's got guided reflection, simple goal setting, monthly calendars, family meeting agendas, and a resource library. Okay, so this is a priority for me, is for us to just all get on the same page with just a lot of different things. And family is really important to me, and I really want to just try to approach it in an organized way. And I feel like that will just help my anxiety level sometimes with certain things. I feel like it will help with a lot of miscommunication of everyone, understandings. I already kind of incorporated that calendar I've shared with you all from the Essential Calendar. And so I'm going to continue using that. But I wanted to kind of add this in and start just doing some extra things so that we can really just be like one tight-knit unit. And so I'm hoping that workbook will also really help me as well, especially when it comes to just like figuring out just everything, our dynamic and how to run the house, and just expectations of everyone. I think it's really going to set the tone nicely for that. What else do I have on here? I'm going to continue using our Essential Calendar, which I have downstairs in our kitchen now, but it has all of our upcoming events for like 3 months at a time. It's amazing. Some screen-free days. And so just different things to kind of do to, again, just create a strong family dynamic, just to bring us closer. And I have a ton of different ideas on here, but that's just some. I also want to do some of those family photo books too, just to kind of, almost like a family yearbook in a sense. So that's something I want to do. Another category I have, this is number 4, is face the finances. And I put on here, I am motivated by this because it is time to be aware and responsible for all aspects of my finances. There are a lot of reasons this is important with stability, having a child, and really just being on top of these things. And so I always have a lot of anxiety around money and bills and just a lot of different things, and I really want to work hard to get out of that. So I have plans to read some just different personal finance books. I have a personal savings goal. I want to be able to do regular check-ins and financial meetings with my husband, and just really start to make the necessary calls to understand just different aspects of my finances, things that maybe have been put off or just things that I don't fully understand. And so I'm really just creating a plan for myself to finally face the finances, essentially, is what I put on there. Number 5 is love on myself. And this was a category that I actually created. This is for my self-care category. And pretty much I just put that I am important, and in order to be the best I have to do what I need to do for myself as well. And so just starting to really schedule things in, scheduling in me time, and I have self-care routines that I really want to start working on, and just start making the time for myself. Because I think the biggest thing that I always put on myself, and even here I put like what could get in the way of my progress, is not having the time, excuses, and guilt. Like, those are the 3 things. I know that I have the time. It's just a matter of what I do with it. I don't have to scroll on my phone. I could be doing my nails if that's what I feel in that moment. That's what I want to do. Or if I want to go take a walk, like, I can do that. Like, there is some flexibility within my life, and that's what I want to try to lean into. Is like, there's always time, and I want to create that mindset for myself that time is not getting away from me. I can always find time for things. And then the guilt of just like, if Emery is able to see me taking care of myself, then that's something that I can pass on to her, a quality that hopefully she will take on and be like, I need to prioritize me, because it's important. And so I have a lot of different self-care ideas, and I'll probably do some more content around it in the new year. But essentially, I want to make my self-care and prioritizing the things that I love, and even some things I don't know that I love yet. I want to get some new hobbies and really just try to learn who I am. So that's what that goal is for. Another one, which I think, what are we on? Number 6. This is health is wealth. And I put that I want to feel better overall, and I want to take care of my body and be around a long time, and also just for a positive outlet. So I really enjoy working out. I don't always enjoy the time leading up to the workout. You know, I always want to put it off, but I never regret a workout. I never regret eating healthy. I never regret the things that, even though I put them off and I don't want to do them, I never regret them. And so for that reason, it's like I need to do more of that. I really want to take care of, when I put health as wealth, I'm meaning like my mental health as well as my physical health. So really just leaning into the care that I need. I'm going to try to do a detox at the top of the year. I'm doing a Daniel fast. And so cutting down on sugar. I have just a lot of different ideas on here. I want to get a bike this year, of just different ways that I can take care of my body, but also have fun with it. And I put, as far as like what could stop me, is just like feeling lazy, temptation of just like eating foods that I don't need to eat all the time, and then avoidance as well, because I know that for me sometimes it's like, ooh, I don't know if I really want to go to the doctor, because what if I find something out? But it's like, that's all the more reason to go, right? To make sure that everything is okay. So that is just a little bit of an insight into that goal. And I think I only have 2 more left. Another goal I have on here is walk by faith. And I want to grow my understanding and relationship with God deeper. This is something that I've had on my list, a couple of these, but this one specifically has been on my list for years. And every year I feel like I dive in even more to my relationship with God. And so I hope that that only increases. I am really grateful that I am in a membership. I've mentioned it on here before. It's called the Womanhood. I'm a part of the membership, and one of the components in there is they have like a Bible study portion of it. And so they get together and have regular meetings. They do Bible studies. They get into the Word. And so I wasn't really able to take advantage of that this year, just with a lot of things going on in the time they were having the calls, but I am making it a priority to be more a part of it next year, because I find that when I'm in the Word, I can get in my head a lot and I don't always understand when I'm reading, you know, just to be honest. And so I really love the community aspect. That is a safe space. I don't like communities where they make you feel like, well, you should know this, or, you know, just, I don't know how to really explain it without it coming off like, girl, but I just feel like there are certain people that can make you feel less than if you don't know the Bible and you don't know certain scripture and you don't, just all of these things. And I feel like this particular community that I'm a part of, they don't make me feel that way. You know, if anything, I learn so much. I take so much away. I always leave encouraged, and I always leave even more excited to get into the Word the next time. So I'm really happy about that. I also would love to find a church home. So I'm hoping that will be in the near future, and then just continuing with my quiet time with God and what that looks like, and keeping it fresh and interesting. So sometimes just straight up reading the Bible, sometimes doing devotional, getting into like a prayer routine, and just a lot of different things. But yeah. And another thing I have on here, this was actually on my Powersheets last year and it did not happen, but I want to get baptized. So I don't know when that will happen, but that is something I would like to do as well. And hopefully it'll come in the new year, in my new church home, which I don't know what that is yet, but that would be really cool. And then the last one I have on here, which is kind of like a nice segue to whenever the next video will be about the business goals, is I put bet on myself, and then I actually wrote committed to the call. And this is basically just that I have, for the last few years, kind of taken a slight hiatus from my business in a sense. And it may not seem that way because it's like, well, you've been posting and doing everything, but my specific business, like my product-based business, kind of got a little bit of a backseat. I did end up closing my stationery shop, but I do still have products and big dreams and things I want to do with that side of my business. And it really was paused because I really got into coaching the last couple of years. I am still going to be doing some coaching and other services and things, the membership as well. All of that is still going to be happening, but I have really shifted it a lot to where it is not like the entire part of my business. I'm really trying to lean back into the product side of things, and I have some really fun new launches and collections and just some new and exciting things that I want to do on the product side. So that is basically what it is. It's just bet on myself and just give myself the space to watch my own business flourish. I've really helped a lot of other women with theirs, and I'm so grateful for that, and I'm going to continue to do that. But I really want to, again, kind of just get back to me in a sense too, and really do some of these things that I've been putting off just due to not having the time, because I'm, like launching a program and all of those things. And so some of the things I've listed on here I have, and I'm not going to really share much. So even when I do that business planning video, I'm going to keep it pretty vague because I want some of the stuff to just kind of come as it does. But I'm looking into some new types of things that I might be making. I have some exciting launches that are going to be happening. So I'm trying to come up with like my cadence of how often I'm going to be launching these things. Also, I have a very new and exciting product idea that I want to launch in Q1. I really want to do some markets, so just like really getting my products out there and going to some of these like local business markets and craft fairs and different things. So that's something to consider. Also, I have some marketing goals that I would like to add in, just ways to continue to spread the message of the Inspired Blueprint. I want to get back into doing photo shoots with my products again, and I would really like to start just entertaining the idea of retail and getting my products in different boutiques and shops and things. So that's just a little bit of an insight of some of the things that I'm thinking about. And that's not all of it, but that gives you a little bit of a taste. And then I also have another huge exciting thing that I'm working on, but it's in the very beginning stages, that eventually I will share more information about as the time goes on. But just bet on myself and allow myself the space to do the things that I want to do. So that is the goals that I have set for 2024. The only thing left that I have in here to complete is my word of the year, and it just has not come to me. I'm not going to force it. So that page is just, as of right now, it is blank, and it will remain blank until I figure out exactly what it is that I want it to be. But other than that, I feel like I'm pretty much getting geared up for the year. Sometimes I will do a vision board on, last year I did a really cute one on Canva, and I ended up turning it into a desktop wallpaper, and I had it on my iPad as well. So I'm thinking about doing that again with these goals, because they are definitely varied from this year. So I'm thinking about doing that. I really liked the digital one, so I'm going to try that out again. But in all, those are my goals. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you also enjoyed some of these different little extras as far as some things I picked up from the Cultivate shop. All right, so that is it. I appreciate you so much for watching this video. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will be back soon with another one. Thank you. If you have been watching all of the Vlogmas videos, I just want to take a minute to shout you out, because I know there have been a lot of them. It has been a lot of work on my end, but I appreciate you even more if you have been a regular watcher of them. It really means so much to me. So that is all. I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.